Hello everybody, Jillian here. Welcome back to my channel for a new heritage scrapbook layout. Today I'm going to get right to it. I'm going to show you a quick image of the products I'm going to be using most from Crate Paper's Hello Love collection. I had a few video quality issues and I'm just going to get right to it. So unfortunately I lost a few minutes of my video early on. But you kind of get the idea, 9x12, blah blah blah. So I have three 3x3 photos that I'm scrapbooking today. They are photos of my grandparents with my aunt in New Jersey in about 1954. Originally, when I started working on this page, I thought I wanted to use a grid layout. So what I'm doing here is using my ruler to first measure the photos because they're not exactly 3x3, and then measure around the edges of the pictures to make sure that it's centered. I don't end up choosing this layout because I feel like I've done so many grids on this side of the Heritage album that I'm just going to scrap it. I really wanted to use this paper here. It has the photo slides on it. It's from the Hello Love collection, and I tried to make it work like 3 different ways, and you'll see what I ended up coming up with. I should also mention that this aqua paper is from Dear Lizzie's Serendipity collection. I really wanted to bring in some more aqua because my grandfather is in 3 of the 3 photos, 2 by himself with the baby, and I didn't want it to be too pink and feminine. So I really liked that the slides here had shades of aqua as well. And the photos also had like a blue tone to it, so I wanted to use that. So here I'm thinking about just creating a large block of paper with a few strips bordering the top and bottom. And so here I'm just sizing down this piece of paper to get it to work. This also does not come to fruition. But let's watch a little bit of it. So here I've taken a few strips of paper and cut them down to either a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch and layered it above and below this photo block here. Next I'm going to work on my title while I'm thinking about things. These are thickers, I believe from an older Dear Lizzie collection. I just got them for Christmas. And again, they are foam thickers, which are not my favorite. They end up looking kind of wonky on this layout, but I just left it. So I'm titling this page New Parents because my grandparents were new parents with my aunt here. She was weeks old at this point. Next, I'm going to pull out the ephemera from the Hello Love collection. I had selected these pieces before starting because I felt like they were most relevant. I can make them most easily work with this page. So I'm just kind of playing around with things here, and this doesn't end up happening either. So next I decide to take this scrap of the photo slide paper and I'm just going to cut out some of the slides that didn't make it. And I'm going to use these as ephemera with the 2 larger ones that came in the ephemera pack. I thought it would be cool to layer them or stagger them underneath the photo and then just put some ephemera or these die cut pieces around them and then put my journaling on there. But it doesn't really look like me. There's no really cohesion between this and the other layouts in this album. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know that this is a lot of embellishing for me. So next I pulled out these epoxy stickers. This is a great pack. It has a ton of shapes on it, and I pulled out some of the hearts. I thought I could use those around the slides down here on the bottom. But it's just not the right feel that I was going for. Okay, I think this is the next day and I finally have things figured out. I'm going to orient my photos vertically with the pattern paper and a few of these strips of paper stacked to the left. So that paper there, the pink with the black polka dots, is from the Shine collection by Maggie Holmes. That strip of yes, fuchsia paper you could call it, is from the Hello Love collection. The reverse has those geometric hearts on it. And then I'm going through the other pattern papers that I had pulled because I want to mat the photos with something so that they kind of pop off the page. And I decided to go with this striped paper. I had purchased 2 of them because I wanted to definitely use the cut parts on the back. But I am not a fan of matting photos with vertical or horizontal stripes, so I decided to orient the photo on the paper in a way that they will be matted with diagonal stripes. So I do this with all 3 photos and I was pleasantly surprised with the look that I achieved. And now I have a very odd-sized scrap. Now what's funny is I'm going to go back to my grid design here, kind of. It's like a loose grid, a little bit. So I'm going to have the photos in kind of a upside down L shape, and then my journaling is going to go in the bottom right corner. Now next I'm going to use the slides that I had cut out from a prior attempt, and I'm going to layer them above and below the photos. And I wanted to keep some of the two of the slides, one on the top, one on the bottom, hanging off the edge. So next I'm going to get my title down, and I'm going to put the journaling underneath there. I pretty much told you guys what the journaling said at the beginning of the video, which isn't much. It's just identifying everybody in the photo and where they were and when it was. Now I know I want to put a little piece of ephemera or something to the right of the title just to bring some pink over to that side, and I pulled this floral die cut from the ephemera pack from Hello Love, but I don't love it. I love the piece, I don't love it on the page. There are really no florals on the page, and I felt like it was out of place, so I'm going to swap it out for a couple of hearts instead. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get these arrows stuck down, and when I was running my tape runner across this arrow, it tore it. So I don't think it looks too bad on the finished page, but beware. Tape gently, friends. So here I am just swapping out the flower with a couple of hearts, and I'm just going to layer one on top of the other to bring in a couple of shades of pink. So next I'm going to get my journaling down, and then I decided to kind of ruffle the edges of these photo slides. Everything was looking really flat. I wanted to provide some more dimension, so I pulled up the corners of some of the slides, and then I'm cutting these foam dots in half and then placing it under the corner so that it stays up permanently even when it's in the page protector. And that's it. Here's a look at my final layout along with a few close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching and letting me show you how I use some Valentine's products for a not-so-Valentine's themed layout. I'll see you guys next week with a new heritage video. Bye!